Hey, Freedom Team, it's Suzanne, and I just wanted to touch base with you guys this week and just to give you some really incredible tips from my heart to yours, from my experience, just to let you know some really great things that you can do regarding IPA. And in Plexus, we call IPA income producing activities. So I just wanted to jump on here and to give you guys a really great message on what actually is IPA. You know, if you're a brand new ambassador, if you are a seasoned ambassador, there's always room to grow. It doesn't matter where you are in your Plexus journey. There's always new things that you can do to grow yourself and grow your business and expand your comfort zone and your horizons with Plexus. So the first thing I wanted to do is just to talk to you about how in your daily business with Plexus, in your weekly, monthly, whatever it is that your goals are, you need to have a sense of urgency. There always needs to be this sense that you have to get this done. There's got to be an intensity that's involved, a sense of urgency to where it's literally the first thing on your mind and it's the last thing on your mind. I mean, I know that we all have huge responsibilities in our lives. You know, some of you have big families, you have lots and lots of responsibilities to take care of. But when you want something so badly and you want freedom for your life and for your family and for your children and for your future, and you truly are desiring to build a strong financial wall that's solid around your family, that is impenetrable for decades to come, you have to go at this with an intensity and an urgency that's just palatable. And you know, if pretend that what you're doing in your daily life with your job that you normally have, a lot of people just go about their business daily as in they're checking off the boxes. They're going through the motions. They're jumping through the hoops because they know they have to do this, and this in order to get that paycheck at the end of the week and pay the bills. But what I'm talking to you about right now is something a lot different than that. This is a sense of urgency to get things done so that you can have an incredible financial income that's going to roll in, that's going to be residual in nature. And it's not necessarily going to be happening now, but you in the respect in your mind, you believe that it is going to happen. And maybe your check is not that big right now. Maybe it's a little bit bigger than it used to be. Maybe it's growing every month. And you know that if you continually do the things that you're supposed to be doing with an urgency and intensity, you will, I'm telling you, that residual income will grow. It will grow and it will be stable over the weeks and months to follow. And you will be so glad that you built your business with a sense of urgency. You know, when we talk about deadlines, there's two different kinds of deadlines. There are self-imposed deadlines, and then there's externally imposed deadlines. External deadlines would be like when you're trying to qualify for Leaders Retreat, or you're trying to qualify for a convention contest, or any kind of contest that comes through down the pike through Plexus Corporate. Or maybe it's a contest that's implemented through your particular team. You know, that is an externally imposed deadline. But when you have internally imposed, self-imposed deadlines, those are a lot harder because you have to hold yourself accountable. And there's nobody out there holding you accountable but yourself. And that's the good thing and the bad thing about being your own independent ambassador. You know, in your job, your boss is holding you accountable, expecting you to have things done by a certain time. But when you are your own boss, you have to hold yourself accountable and you have to set those deadlines and you have to meet them. And if you're not willing to set those self-imposed deadlines that are a lot harder and you're not willing to go for those goals, then it's going to be difficult for you to keep that intensity and to maintain that sense of urgency that I just talked about. So you've got to work on making sure that you set yourself a timeline with a goal in mind. And if you don't reach that goal within a certain amount of time, you don't throw the goal out the window. You keep the goal, you just adjust the timeline. But you still work at that goal with the same set of intensity and the same sense of urgency that you worked at it before you did not meet the goal, the deadline. Okay, so I'm just trying to give you some ideas of the things that you're going to be doing and the way that you're going to be approaching them. You know, follow-up is probably the most important skill that you can learn. And because, guys, the fortune literally is in the follow-up. You know, I have had people that are joining me 6 months, a year and a half, 2 years after. I mean, literally, I'm getting ready to celebrate my 2-year anniversary. And I have people that are still joining me from the very beginning of my journey when I started attracting them and adding them to my friends list, or I started reaching out to them, or they've been watching me this whole time. And truly that is what is going on. So I cannot tell you how important follow-up is. And it can be very, very simple. The simplest thing would be like, hey, is now a great time to get started and rocking and rolling with your Plexus business, with this amazing opportunity, or with this incredible life-changing set of products? Is now a good time? You know, ask them a question. Or are there any questions that you have for me before we get you started with Plexus? You know, assuming that you're getting them started, assuming that they're going to be getting started with you and signing up. So you always ask questions in a follow-up. Make it simple. Keep it simple. And, you know, if you want some great tips on follow-up, just go to YouTube. You need to have that app on your phone. So have the YouTube app on your phone, or go to it on your computer and type in the search Plexus follow-up. You are going to find some incredible videos that are made by Diamond Ambassadors or Jules that really know what they're talking about with follow-up. And the more you do it, the easier it gets, and the simpler it becomes. It doesn't have to be this complicated thing. Okay? Follow-up is so simple. Another thing I'm going to suggest to you to do before I get in, I have a top 10. Or actually I have 14 things that I want to talk about that are really simple IPA things that you can be doing. The next thing that you need to be making sure that you're doing is cold contacting, emailing people, texting people, getting on the phone, doing those cold contacts. You know, hey, myself included, it's hard to contact people out of the blue, cold, when you've never talked to them about Plexus. They've never asked you a question about Plexus. But I'm here to tell you that that is where the money is as well. If you want to grow your business, you're going to cold contact people. You are going to get out there and text people, call people, voice message people, whatever it takes. Share your heart. Let them just ruminate on what you have sent them. Let them sit there and not answer you. Learn how to follow up with them, even if there's crickets in the next few days or the following week, and really keep track of the people who you're texting and following up with, cold contacting, following up with. You know, the difference between a Diamond Ambassador and somebody that's not a Diamond Ambassador is the number of no's. The number of no's that they've received. Okay, some really great YouTube videos on cold messaging are from Tara Castaneda, T-A-R-A, and then Castaneda, C-A-S-T-A-N-E-D-A. Go to YouTube and do a search for Tara Castaneda cold messaging or cold contacting. You'll be amazed at that video. Go and watch it 5 times. If you are afraid to cold message someone, she's a Diamond Ambassador. Go and watch her video on cold messaging, and let me tell you, she's going to convince you that you need to be cold messaging. You will drum up the courage to reach out to people. Another one is Timmy Yancey, T-I-M-I-E, Timmy Yancey, Y-A-N-C-E-Y. So just go to YouTube and type in the search and say Plexus cold contact, Plexus cold messaging, Plexus cold emailing. okay? And you're going to find some videos from some incredible diamond ambassadors. That is how they have built their business. I remember in 2015 that Tamara Holloway sat on the stage with the golds and the senior golds and the rubies and the senior rubies. Those were the ones that were in the audience at the time. And what she did, and get ready, my dog's going to bark. What she did is she said to all of us, guys, I am telling you, when I started taking my Frank's List really seriously, and I didn't just create it and let it sit on my nightstand, and I started reaching out on a daily basis to those people on that Frank's List, and then every day I added new names to that Frank's List by friending people on Facebook, meeting them out and about, friending them, adding them to my Frank's List, and reaching out to them and reaching out. She says that is essentially what made me a diamond. Because eventually what's going to happen is you are going to sponsor some people that want this just as badly as you. There's going to be a ton of people that say nothing to you. There's going to be some that say, please don't contact me again. There's going to be some that respond but say that they're not interested. You know what? Whatever the case may be, you will become stronger. You will become resilient. You will become someone that can persevere in this business, and you will be able to find people that are just as passionate as you are and just as hardworking as you are and want this just as much as you do. So the fortune is in the follow-up and in cold contacting people. I am telling you this. Is it hard? Yes. What's the hard part about it? Because you're going to be told no. Because you're going to be ignored. Because you're going to get crickets chirping back at you. No one's going to say something sometimes. Days in a row, you're going to text people and no one's going to say something. And you're going to think that it's a failure, that you're a failure, that this is not working, that all you're doing is ticking people off. But trust me, you will find, if you find one person out of 100, think about it. If you flipped a coin 100 times, the chances are one time out of that 100, you're going to flip it to where you're going to find somebody that wants this as badly as you. And Celeste Gwynn talks about digging for gold in your backyard. And if somebody told you that there were nuggets in your backyard of gold, okay? Melissa Eichenhorst uses the same analogy. If somebody told you that there were gold nuggets, like 4 gold nuggets in your backyard, even though your backyard was 3 whole acres, would you keep digging every single day until you found those 4 gold nuggets? Yes, you would, even if every single day for 100 days you did not find a gold nugget. You would be tearing that backyard up, okay? Would you come to a point where you doubted? Yes, but you would go back and remember that somebody told you there were 4 gold nuggets in that backyard for sure. And you know that if all you do is keep digging, you will find them. Another thing that I want you to do is look up Melissa Eichenhorst. Melissa Eichenhorst, Eikenhorst. Melissa Eichenhorst, she's a Diamond Ambassador. And she recently did a video called, Who is Your Number 76? Because let me tell you something, her 76th ambassador was a diamond. Her 76th ambassador, no, wait a minute. Her 76th ambassador was a jewel. A jewel. And she has 4 or 5 different jewels on her team, and the 76th one was a jewel. And what if that all of those different jewels before number 76 were not sponsored? What if she didn't find anybody in this first number 1 through 75, but number 76 was a jewel ambassador? Did you know that that one person can take you to the car qualification in this company, can take you to Maui, can take you to financial freedom and a 6-figure income? She would at the very minimum be an emerald just with finding that 1 gold nugget. So I'm telling you, go and watch those videos. Watch them until you get strong and you really, really believe in what you're doing, and then just start doing the activities every single day. Okay, so let's go over some things that I have listed here for you. that can be some really amazing income producing activities. And I really strongly urge you to pick 1 to 2 to 5 of these things that you've never done to help you grow your business. And if you take me seriously and you do these things, you will grow your business. You'll expand your audience. You will get stronger. You'll be more resilient. You'll be more persevering, and you will accomplish your goals. Okay, let's go over some of them. Number 1, send out personal thank you notes to build relationships. Okay, people that have been purchasing as a customer from you, people that are your wholesale ambassadors, you need to connect with them more than just texting them and saying, how are you doing? I just wanted to know if there's anything you need. There's nothing wrong with that. But when you take a pen to paper and you sit down and you physically write out a note, you are letting someone know that you love them. You are personally adding value to them. And that means volumes to so many people. What I like to do is when I have had a new customer for 3 or more months, what I like to do is send them a little thank you card that I note that says, hey, I'm thinking about you. Send them a shaker bottle from the back office and maybe a couple of ease samples or body cream samples, and my business card and an opportunity brochure so that they can see that there's more to this business than just taking the products as a customer. I might even throw in a couple of samples of the P96 shake. And what better way to show somebody that you really care? I do that with my customers. I do that with my wholesale ambassadors. I show them that I really care about them. And because why? I do care about them. And whether they ever start sharing about Plexus or whether they don't, they are worth your time and your effort to show them that you love them. And let me tell you something. When you do that, they're going to stick with you. They're not going to go where the grass is greener, and they're going to want to stay with you and do business with you and be friends with you because they know that you care about them. So I strongly suggest that you start those. Number 2, expanding your network by reaching out to 10 new people a week. Okay. Reach out to them by just friending them on Facebook and sending them a personal message that just says, hey, I'm Suzanne. It's nice to meet you. Hey, I know that we have mutual friends on Facebook, and I just thought it'd be really great to catch up with each other. And since we both went to the same high school or we both went to the same college, it would be really cool to stay in touch. That's it. And I always look forward to making friends with new people. That's all there is to it. Be brave. Be bold. Expand your audience. Add new people. Text them a personal message and just say, hey, I noticed that your kids are so cute. Those pictures that you posted, you look like you had so much fun on that vacation. So, hey, I always love to keep in contact with people, and I just wanted to give you a shout out. I just love what you're doing right now. You have such a bold faith, or I love the fact that you have so much confidence and that you always speak your heart and your mind on your Facebook timeline. Whatever it may be. Find something that you admire about that person, and it needs to be genuine and something that you can say to them in a message. Reach out. That's what I encourage you to do. You're going to build relationships by doing that. And you don't think that that's not going to build your business? Yeah, it's going to build your business. It might not be dollar signs right now, but you will build your business as a result. Number 3, creating training videos for your team. Meaning, do a why video. Have you ever done a why video? How about do a why video for your team? Your team needs to see your belief in Plexus and what you're doing, and they need to hear about your beliefs and your vision that you're casting over them and your own personal business. They need to know what it is that you think and that you believe. And you need to post videos on your team page. If you have not been doing that, I highly suggest that you do that. If you don't think that's an income producing activity, then I'm sorry, you've got to turn your thoughts around. This right now, I'm recording a video for my team page. This is income producing activity. So make a why video for your team page. Make one for your personal timeline. Give your team a tips video. You know, it doesn't take very much time to go in and for 5 minutes do a Facebook Live and do a 5-minute tips video on how to reach out to new people, how to follow up, how to post on Facebook. What are some tips that you could give them for some IPA that week? You know, some different tips for anything that you can think of. How to be bold, how to have confidence, how to share with confidence and boldness. Whatever that may be, you need to share your beliefs, your vision, your knowledge, your skills with your team. And do it in videos. Start training your team. Start training your team. That's what I totally challenge you to do, okay? The next one I'm going to say is 3-way calls with prospects. Get on the phone, get on Zooms, get on 3-way chats on Facebook Messenger with prospects. You know, yourself, a new ambassador, and a prospect, okay? If I am the upline, you can put me in there, put yourself and your new prospect in a 3-way chat. Invite me to do a 3-way call, invite me to be on a 3-way Zoom. You know, whatever it is, do it with your upline, do it with me. We want to get going with 3-way calls, 3-way chats, 3-way Zooms, because people will join. People will join when they have a third-party validation. Number 5, 3-way new ambassador calls. When you sign up a new ambassador, if you're not getting on a 3-way call with your upline and your new ambassador, you are making a grave mistake. Why? Because your new ambassador needs to be connected to their upline, not just their sponsor, you. They need to be connected to their upline, someone above you, someone else that they can depend on and rely on and can come to and feel that they have a relationship with and can get answers or advice or encouragement from. So I do this all the time. When I sign up a new ambassador, I don't just sign them up, send them an email, give them a couple of videos, and welcome them on the team page. Guys, I get them on a new ambassador call. And I honestly don't need my upline to come in and do a new ambassador training call with me. What I do is I train my new ambassador. If you feel confident enough to train your new ambassador without getting on an upline call, then feel free. But I will suggest to you that when you sponsor a new ambassador, you need to plug them in by connecting them to your upline, getting them on a training call, okay? And that's number 5. Number 6, one-on-one coaching calls. One-on-one coaching calls. You know, it's just getting used to asking people questions. Asking people questions. And you know what? Here's the thing. You can do this with wholesale ambassadors. Get on the phone and just tell them you want to chat with them briefly. Take 10 minutes of their time and just tell them you wanted to connect with them and make sure they're getting all their needs met. When you get on the phone, you can ask your wholesale ambassadors questions like, is there anything you can think of that I can do for you to help you on your Plexus journey? Is there any kind of question that you might have about Plexus products or about anything that I can give you the answer to? Or, you know, what are your health goals? How are you loving your Plexus products? How are your energy levels? How are your sleep habits? How are your cravings lately? You know, how are you loving what Plexus is doing for you? You know, ask them some questions. And if you don't mind me asking, do you have any financial goals or goals that you might think would be involved in allowing Plexus to help you increase your monthly income? Or perhaps, have you ever thought about getting your products paid for? And do you know how easy it would be for me to show you how to do that? I mean, think about this. These are the questions you could ask your wholesale ambassadors. Get them on the phone. Don't just text them. Don't just text them and waste time doing that. So many of them just ignore our texts because they're so impersonal. But if you take the time to get on the phone with them, even if they're too busy and they don't answer the phone, and you leave a voicemail and you let them know that you love them and care about them and that you are there for them, and you leave a voicemail. I mean, do you not know what that means to them? It took you some time to pick up the phone, dial their number, and get on the phone with them, expecting to chat with them. So think about what that means to them. You're showing them that you love them. Okay, so what would be some team member questions that you could ask, okay? Like if you're on the phone with somebody on your team and you're doing a one-on-one coaching call, very simple questions, 15 minutes total, okay? What are your goals? What are your goals? What are your short-term goals? What are your long-term goals? What is your why? What is your why? Do you know the why of your team members? Ask them, what is your reality today? Where are you today? Where is your mental focus today? Where is your financial focus today? Where is your financial situation? What is that currently today? And then where would you like to take it? Where would you like to take it? What are you doing daily to grow your business? What are you doing daily? Ask them the questions. And then what are your fears? What are your fears? What is holding you back? What is holding you back in growing your business and becoming the best version of yourself? What are you doing to grow yourself personally on a daily basis? Those are some incredible questions we need to be boldly asking the people on our team on one-to-one coaching calls. Learn to ask people quality questions, and that is adding value to them. Guess what happens? You need to then listen. Listen to them as they answer your question, and listen with the expectation to ask another question, not to answer them and provide some sort of a statement. You need to listen with the expectation that you're going to get an answer from them. If they don't get an answer, if they don't say an answer, just say, look, I will be waiting here for you because I don't mind waiting. I just asked you a really important question and I think that it deserves an answer. So I'm going to sit and wait for you to answer that question. What are your fears? Show your team that you're bold and that you believe in them and that you are willing to help them and coach them through. Okay. Quickly, I'm going to get through the last few. Number 7, new ambassador video chat on the Success Kit. Go through steps 1 to 10 on that flip chart thingy, that brand new Success Kit deal that goes through the Success Kit. Go through the kit with your new ambassadors on that one-on-one call when you first sign them up, okay? Highly important. Number 8, Zoom calls with your team. You need to start doing Zoom calls with your own team. Even if you have a small team, you need to start reaching out and doing some Zoom calls with your team. And number 2, you need to be on the Zoom calls of your larger team that you're a member of. If you are not showing up, you will not go up. But I'm telling you, income producing activity is to start Zooming with your team. Number 9, recognition and praise for your high PV earners, your new ambassador recruiting, and hitting a new rank or any other thing that you can imagine that your people are doing. Praise and recognition is free and people crave it because in the real world, they never get recognition. So use recognition and praise. Number 10, Facebook Live. Facebook Live to share your story, to share your why. Why is it that you do Plexus? On your own personal timeline and on your team page with your team. So that is highly important. Get the Facebook Live going. Get it up. Be bold. Be brave. Stop being so scared and fearful of getting out there and doing a video Facebook Live. Show the world your belief in what you're doing. Show your family. Show your naysayers. Show everybody. And let me tell you something. When you do that, you will get stronger every time you do it. I challenge you to do that. You will attract more people when you get out there on Facebook Live and be bold. Number 11, do a launch party for a brand new ambassador. Get them out and do a launch party, a sip and see. Collaborate with 3 or 4 or 5 people that they can bring over to their house or your house and get them going with a sip and see. Maybe you want to host an online Facebook Live event for them in a Facebook event page when you sign up a brand new ambassador to help them get their business going. If you are not local with them and you can't do a sip and see, how about you launch a Facebook Live event with them so that they can sponsor a few people and go to silver? That is so important. Number 12, vendor events. You need to think about getting some vendor events going. That's a great way to expand your business. Find out what events are going on in your city and find out with the cost to get involved. Maybe ask a few people to come in and be involved with you and set something up and get going with expanding your list and prospecting some more. Talking to people about Plexus will get you more confident. You'll learn how to answer people's questions and talk on the spot. Don't be afraid. You will grow yourself and grow your business. Number 13, passing out flyers and business cards at doctor's offices, in hospital waiting rooms. I'm not kidding, guys. And in different businesses. I am so not kidding. That is what Sarah Marble did on her way to Emerald. And let me tell you something. She expanded her business like crazy when she was doing that. Take your business cards, your flyers, whatever it is, prospecting tools, and go to hospital waiting rooms, go to doctor's office waiting rooms, and put them in there. When you go to the doctor's office, lay them on the card table. Ask the lady at the front desk if you can lay some of your business things out for people to take, okay? It is worth it. Trust me in this, all right? Go to hospital waiting rooms. No one's going to say anything to you about this. Just go and do it. You don't even have to ask permission. Waiting rooms in hospitals are public places. Go to the ER waiting room. Have you thought about how many people go to the ER waiting room? Seriously, okay? There's tons of people that you can contact by just going there, leaving your things in dressing rooms, leaving a pamphlet with your business card with before and after pictures in a waiting room or a dressing room at like Target or some other places like that. Huge, huge. Okay, last thing I'm going to tell you, smart Facebook posting. Smart Facebook posting, intentional Facebook posting. Don't just copy and paste something and slap it up on your timeline. You must be consistently, intentionally posting on Facebook, personal posts from your heart about your life, about your thoughts, something positive, okay? Guys, personal and positive. If you've had a bad day, be honest about your bad day, but always come at it with a silver lining. Always come at it with a positive slant. Quote a scripture, a famous verse, something that's positive and uplifting to your audience. Attract people. Anything negative will not attract people. It will detract people. Think about if you post something about Plexus and health and life change, and then the next thing it is, you're complaining about something that's happened in your neighborhood. Maybe you had a flat tire, you're angry, something happened on the highway. Be yourself, but don't be a rant and raving person. Don't, I hate to say this, don't post a bunch of political stuff. People get turned off because guess what? Half or more of your Facebook audience doesn't agree with you with politics, okay? Half or more of your Facebook audience doesn't want to see controversy. Don't put controversial things on your timeline. It's considered negative, okay? It will detract from your business. Your timeline is where you attract people to yourself. Remember, people join you. They don't join Plexus. They join you as a person. You need to make yourself attractive. So personal posts about yourself, Plexus posts that are personal. Don't just copy and paste a Plexus post and slap it up there. Make it personal. Make it your own. And don't click the share button. If you click the share button, 2 things happen. Number 1, the people on your friends list that are so-called scrolling by and seeing the shared post that you just shared, well, guess what? They're not friends with the people that you just shared the post. So they probably can't see that post that you just shared. It says post unavailable. Have you thought about that? So don't ever click the share button. Number 2, there is literal studies done on social media that when you share the thoughts of someone else, no one cares. No one cares about the thoughts of your friends. They care about your thoughts. They're your friend. They want to hear your thoughts, your beliefs, your happenings in your life. So don't click the share button. It's like a killing death to your business. Balance your posts. You need to have personal with Plexus and then engaging posts. Posts that pull in your audience and ask them to type up their opinion. I can't decide. I'm trying to purchase some new stoneware for my kitchen. You know, guys, put a picture of your old plates and dishes that you've had and like, I'm getting tired of this stuff. I'm getting ready to post, or I'm getting ready to buy new stoneware for my cabinets, for my kitchen, and tell them that you're thinking about this, or this, and make a picture and have them give their opinion on the newest stoneware that you're going to purchase. Does that mean that you're going to purchase stoneware? No. Tell them that you can just be thinking about purchasing stoneware. Maybe you're thinking about going to get a new grill or a new refrigerator, and you can't decide between this one, or this one. And then put a little category up and ask them to give their opinion. You know, talk about the latest fashion trends. You know, talk about what is the latest fashion trend that they really like and that they love to wear. Maybe suggest different ways that they like to wear scarves or whatever the case may be. Ask your audience questions. Make it an engaging post. And if one day you ask one and it bombs, don't think that it's like over, like you're not good at it. Try it again the next day. Ask another engaging post and get people to start giving you their opinion. People will come out of the woodwork, and you will see people that have never commented on your Plexus posts before. They will be contacting on the non-Plexus ones because they love to give their opinion. So these are my tips for IPA, income producing activities. There is a huge challenge going over on Perfectly Plexus Dream Team this week. I challenge you to go over and do the IPA challenges every single day for one solid week. Get good at this, and then consistency is your best friend. I'm doing it. I know you can too. And let's get IPA going on a consistent basis. What do y'all say? I say that's a great idea. So do it and succeed. See you on the flip side out. Freedom Team. Peace out. Mwah. Love y'all.